Hi guys, welcome back to Finding Your Indie. I'm Bonnie Paulson.
And I'm Mandy Stevens.
And we are together again on a video. We haven't done this in a little while because schedules are crazy. But we decided we would actually do a video of like a recap of what we've been doing this week. And we were at, okay, Mandy, if I get it wrong, tell me. It was CEX, it's Content Entrepreneur Expo. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, good. Because I keep calling it CEX, like sex, and everybody's like, yeah, no, that's not what it is. It's so funny.
Yeah. So we wanted to do this video while we were there, but we were just so busy.
Oh my gosh. There was like, we were like, okay, we'll do it this afternoon. And then it was, okay, we'll do it tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon. And then it turned into nighttime. And then it was like, and we shared a room. So we should have theoretically, my hands are, I'm like air quoting. I don't even know what's on. Theoretically, we should have been able to find time, but we were up and running like at 4 a.m, working, doing our normal work. And then we got to the conference by like 7:30 every morning with our group. And then we were in classes all day long, networking all day long until 6, and then dinner, and then back to work. I mean, I don't know when we weren't working. I think I was able to pee like 4 times the whole time.
We were doing podcasts too.
Oh my gosh,
We
podcasts,
were
yeah.
with the Author Nation team. We were doing podcasts
Right.
and finalizing some things we really needed to work on. So
Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. There was a lot going on. It was really good. So we thought, hey, we'll just do this, I guess, now when we're back. We've gotten some sleep.
I'm not in there sleepy.
Oh, yeah. And I was in the airport all day yesterday. That was because of all the delays and stuff. It was so fun. But back to CEX. So I think we should do our first shout out to everybody that we had a chance to actually connect with and stuff. So like Joe and Sue Solari, we got to do some great things with them. They were our hosts and they were phenomenal. They were so awesome. They got like this really great Airbnb for the group to get together and to, discuss things and plan things for Author Nation coming up this fall, which I am so excited for. It sounds like they've got some phenomenal things planned.
Yeah.
Then we had Shell Honecker. Love her. I got a chance to get to know her a little bit better, and she's amazing and super smart.
She runs the Indie Author magazine.
Yes.
Too.
So cool. And then Jen Green, she was awesome. Very, very knowledgeable. She's running the back stuff. Right now, she's in charge of the volunteers. Is that correct for Author
She's
Nation?
in charge of the volunteers and the AV, and she's actually Shell's assistant. So she is like, we sat down and went over stuff with Rave. She is like very on point. This is going to be, she's
awesome.
The person.
Yeah, they both were very savvy. I really enjoyed talking with them. They were just awesome, super awesome. And then of course there's Isabella, which we all love Isabella. She's like Joe's right-hand girl. She's phenomenal, super smart. I cannot wait to see what other things she comes up with because that girl has got it going on. So It's going to be awesome. We also at X, we had a chance to get to know Joe Pulizzi better and Matt Braille, and they were phenomenal from the Lulu team. I'm so excited about what Lulu has coming down in the works. Like you were saying, it's so awesome.
I sat down with Matt for a bit and he was showing me some things because he's a huge sponsor of Author Nation. So he was like, we were discussing things, for programs, and I'm just like, wow, the things that they can do now is just wow.
Yeah, I'm so excited for them to release some more things for authors to actually use in their direct stores and stuff. It was really great. Joe Pulizzi he's actually going to be at Author Nation speaking. I'm so excited. He has some great insight into some things that we can do inside the author industry itself, the actual sphere of the author industry. And it was just a great melding of minds crossing the content barrier like that, I think. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit more when we get into like what we're talking about. But it was neat just to hear these different ideas from so many different people. When we met just some great people, it was just so much fun. It was tons of networking. I'm like a huge, I need like a break after I people. You and I talk about this. I need a break. And I was like this, Mandy, it's 11 o'clock at night. I can't people anymore. I can't. I'm done. And Manny's like, I can keep going.
Video today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I thought it would be kind of fun for us to each talk about maybe our 3 or 4 whatever main takeaways that we had from CEX to kind of just tell you guys what we see coming up on the horizon and to let you know what people are saying in this industry. So Mandy, you want to go first?
Yeah, so one of my biggest, I went to a lot of AI because I like AI for marketing and I like seeing what's out there, what tools are out there. And one was going to make my life so much easier for editing with the AI editing with the script. Just one little thing was just going to take hours off of my editing. So I was like, wow.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought that was, in fact, I've already used it. Game
Hmm.
changer. Like, I
Yeah.
could not believe how phenomenal it was. So I'm going to actually speak for one of mine to what you just said. And I wrote mine down because, yeah, I'm a dork. I think it's important that we know. So AI was a huge topic there. And it was really interesting to me because in the author sphere, everybody's arguing about it. Everybody's arguing about what's this, what's that. I can't use this, I can't use that. It's not, it's blah, blah, blah. In content creation, which is another one of my points, and I'll come right back to that, but in content creation, which is what you are as an author, and I figured that out, and I mean, it really sunk in this last week. Authors are content creators. We are content creators, and it doesn't matter if you're selling a course or a book or an audiobook or whatever. If you are IPing something, you literally are a content creator. And these people were not arguing about the ethics about AI. I really got out of it was rather than argue about the ethics of something that is already here, that
Hmm.
has been here for 70 years, they've just been slowly rolling out to us based on what we can actually like tolerate as a society, which is all fact. So rather than arguing about it, I thought it was really interesting that they were like, look, use it within your parameters, but you have got to learn how to utilize it. You have to, because if not, you will get left behind. It reminded me of when, and I don't know how long you've been publishing, but I was publishing in 2006, 2007, got my first deals. And then in 2009 and 10, I joined RWA, my local chapter. And I was like, I'm going to start going the indie route. And I was completely ostracized and alienated for that. Like people were, oh, you're self publishing. And it was like, dude, get on board, right? Like get on board or get out of the way because this is happening. Whether you want it to or not, this is happening. That doesn't mean you had to do it, but
Yeah.
there was no reason to be like, oh, you're doing it this way. There are a billion and one ways to get from the letter A to the letter Z if you're looking at ways to get somewhere. We have a way of thinking linearly, but it was so neat to actually be in this space where people weren't arguing about, you know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
it wasn't there was no mention of oh make sure you're plagiarizing people's stuff. There was copyright issues that they were discussing, which was super interesting. There were things that was like ultimately it was AI is a tool. It's
Hmm.
here. You determine how you're going to use it or if you're going to use it, but you are
Exactly.
already using it. Like everybody's already using it.
Yeah,
So,
and nobody really talked about writing with it. They talked about using it for everything else. And
yeah,
I
everything
was like,
else.
there's
Yeah,
so many things. Like I
agreed.
talk about AI a lot. You and I talk about AI a lot, and people are like, oh, AI,
Yeah,
like,
AI, and
no,
that's yeah,
who
exactly.
really?
What
Yeah.
who and I can't remember who it was, but they said it's not AI, it's IA. And remember they flipped that
Yeah,
around. It was like intelligent augmentation or something like that, but maybe and I think it might have been Andrew Davis. But
sure it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So it was interesting because here's what I'm gathering. Everybody's against AI in our author sphere. Not everybody, but we have a huge chunk of people who are, a huge vocal part of people who are. Those people need to understand that Facebook themselves have rolled out Gen AI. So you go into Facebook, and it will be out to every single account by the end of this year. And I have two accounts under all of my clients that have access to it. And unfortunately, these clients don't want to use AI because they're in these genres where they're extremely ostracized by it, which is unfortunate because it's really cool because Facebook has this tool. Everybody's already been seeing the creatives and that stuff, right? Like everybody's been seeing that. How it gives you like the headline options and the text options and whatever. But what they have now is where the image part can be AI'd. So you upload, let's say you're a coffee, you sell coffee. You upload a picture of the coffee thing and it can change the background. It can give you other instances of things that have done well, using their parameters, obviously. But I thought it was really interesting because they were showing things where it was like, rather than block access to tools that will help you save time, help you push your creativity, help make you do better with your content creation and reaching your communities. Rather than do that, why not check into how you can utilize it so it fits your ethical issues, your moral issues? It helps you fit the things that will help you do better with it. Like I thought that was really cool. It was just neat to hear an innovative way of looking at it rather than let's fight about it. I don't think we should be fighting in the author industry. I think what we should be doing is ditching the drama and focusing on how we can do better as a community to make the reader experience 1,000 times better. Because I think that's what we should be focusing on. Not, oh my gosh, my reviews weren't good, go hit those people, or such and such is using the same title as me, or I'm going to trademark a word. Like, it's so ridiculous, the things that we focus on. Like, stop focusing on the crap and focus on what's going to make better experiences for the readers. And if you have an issue with that, please, by all means, like, let's talk in the comments or reach out to me, because I'd like to know why you're an author and you're not concerned about your reader experience. Like, sorry, I totally went off on a tangent, but that's where I'm like, AI was like super awesome to hear about. Okay, so what was another one of yours?
Okay, so there were so many amazing, amazing. Like Andrew Davis I was like, wow,
Oh,
I'm a
he's
total
phenomenal.
fan now. I'm like stalking him. So we're going to be able to watch them all at some
Yeah,
point.
which I love that option I love having that digital option. That's awesome. Okay, what was another one that you had? I have two after you.
Okay, well, that kind of goes into we got up and left, and then there were other people who got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
So we filled out our little cards and
Right.
then walked out, and we were networking with people we hadn't met. We met people, and we actually hung out with that person like a lot during the convention.
Yeah.
I met a ton of people, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's true. That's one great way to take a negative and turn it into a huge positive, because yeah, and he was way outside of our author industry, but man, he's a content creator, and that's really what we're trying to make sure that everybody's aware of, content creation as a whole. So that it was really good. That was a really good experience. So I really do want to ram home the fact that authors are content creators. I think I was kind of going into this like, how much am I going to get out of this? And then it was like, oh my gosh, like, why aren't we addressing the fact that we are content creators? Like, not just books, but you put out something and people are ravenous for it. One thing that I love about Nora Roberts is she's very, very blunt. And so I love her books, but on her blogs and on her social media and stuff, she's always like, like, she lays it out. This is what's happening. You will not act like this. And her posts become almost like something that the industry talks about and that our community talks about. And I think when you do that, you are setting yourself up as a content creator and you're making an influence, right? Like, and I'm not saying go out and be controversial or make broad statements like Nora Roberts does, because she does a great job with it and she makes a point. What I'm saying is, think of everything that you do as a way of creating something that connects to your readers and gives you that connection to them. And you might have like sci-fi romance and be like, hey, let's be together and let's do like a book club, right? Like, there's like a lot of different ways that we can utilize our content to make this community growth happen. And then I had, oh yes, okay, my biggest one was not my biggest one, but one of my three biggest ones was there are more opportunities out there for authors than just author cons. I really think that we need to be looking outside of the box. And you and I are always talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, a book signing is awesome. That's great. But why aren't we trying to do like a community book signing? Like, there's a lot of authors in our areas, but we're not aware of it. Like, authors can set things up. We don't have to wait for the big guys to go. It can be smaller ones too to get better. And I don't know. I thought that was like, why we need to have more authors here. There weren't a lot of authors at this content creation thing. So I think maybe authors think that we're just supposed to be in one little bubble, but the bubble gets bigger, y'all. Like, it was so much great information. It was awesome. It was just so awesome. So yeah. Did you have anything else to add to the CEX rundown?
Yeah, I want to talk about yours.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and not because you're my best friend or my business partner. It was really good. You gave action steps, and
Thanks.
she made somebody cry, y'all, because he was so happy, and like maybe he was a little over. It was a little like, oh my gosh, I do have a community. So Bonnie was
Yeah.
speaking about, nurturing your communities, and everybody has a community.
Right.
So
Yeah, thanks for saying that. I was super nervous because I was outside of authordom, right? Like, authordom, and I was just like, I don't know if this is going to be relevant. But as you and I were talking to people and getting to know each other, I was like, I really think that this could help some people. And so yeah, when that guy was like, I just want to tell you thank you because I didn't realize that I had a community until you told me, and I actually have a huge community that I belong to, and I was like, oh, he was so
make
cute.
it
So
work for you. Yeah.
yeah, it was awesome.
But a lot of people were happy. I was standing up there,
Thanks.
and everybody was giving you fives, which was the
Yes.
best. So on the sheet.
Yes.
It
I'll
was
take a
really cool because
5.
I had a sheet to where everybody could, basically say what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it.
Right.
And it wasn't to slam people, it was just because the organizers really cared and they want to make next year even better. So,
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was one thing that I really got out of it too. Like that was a classy con. There
yeah.
was like, if we talked like just to the point of the food that was provided, like
Mhm.
there was snacks. Remember, we like in the morning there was a breakfast, and they had some really great healthy options for breakfast. But then there was like a 10 or 11 o'clock snack thing, and it was like hard boiled eggs and cheese sticks, and so it wasn't
Yeah.
just carbs, right? It was like,
They did have some carbs for people who were wanting that, but it was
right,
it
of
was great.
course,
And then they
yeah.
had lunch too. It was like,
Which
wow.
was so many great options. I couldn't believe it. And
Mhm.
then yeah, then the afternoon snack was a little bit more carb heavy, but it was almost appropriate. It was like, okay, this is appropriate. Like they had the cheese stick option and stuff.
I grabbed a cookie. I'm like, I need this sugar at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So, and some people do it. It was really neat. And then they did the 80s party, which was so fun. It was cool. They did that at Pickwick and Frolic, something like that. It was a really cute place. Great place to go and grab some food if you're in Cleveland. Like, definitely check it out. But it was just neat. Like, it was a really classy, very well done thing. I know Author Nation's implementing some things this year that I think they will complement each other very well. So if you get a chance to go to Cleveland next year, definitely give it a shot. And then Author Nation in the fall, they will complement each other with the way that so you don't get that lull. I feel like all the conferences are in the fall for authors, which is so weird to me. I'm like, why aren't we spreading this crap out? But if we go to CEX, which is in, what month are we in? May, which is in May. I feel like it's March, which is in May. Then like what? 5 months, 6 months later, you've got Author Nation. So you're getting a nice, where it's like, oh, every 6 months I can go to a really nice quality conference. So yeah, it
Yeah,
was
you
pretty
can
cool.
learn, implement what you learn, and then go and learn some more.
Yeah, exactly. Which, speaking of cons, just a little bit of a plug, we have Orlando Reads Books. This is in October this year. And Mandy is doing some great things. She's got a digital option and stuff, which I think is super helpful. It's going to be really great. And it's Jessica running the AV on that, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. She did a really good job. So now that we've got some bugs worked out, it's going to be awesome this year. I'm really excited.
Excited.
So yes, we've
Super.
got lots of
And
things
that
in the
one's in the
works.
fall too.
Yeah.
I
Well,
moved
that one
from the
is,
summer to the fall because Florida is so hot.
I think
And
that's
it was
smart.
right before school before, so I couldn't get some people to come because, everybody's kids were starting school at the same time. So
Right.
I moved back to October and I'm praying for no hurricanes. So, I moved it and the hurricanes come in August too. So it's
It's
towards the end of the season. So it
It's
should
just
be
the
really
luck of
good.
the draw. Yeah, it's luck of the draw. So yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun one. So anyways, I think we have covered everything for CE. Next week we have some other tips and tricks that we're coming up with. Again, in HiveMind, that community building class that I have and the worksheets and stuff will be open for HiveMind. So if you're in HiveMind, that's going to be open. We will also be having our monthly group chat next Saturday. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And yeah, I'm excited. And of course, I'm going to edit this video with Descript. I should reach out and be like, hey, you guys want to be my sponsor?
Right? Yeah.
Because we talk about them so much. So anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, let us know. And we look forward to hearing from you. Do you want to add anything, Mandy?
No, I'm just happy to have this conversation.
Yeah, me too. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you later.